Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is February 24th, 2022. So, today marks the 2 year anniversary since the Kobe Bryant Memorial. If you guys remember, Kobe Bryant was remembered at the Staples Center on February 24th, 2020. And today, the big news that day was, of course, Michael Jordan's speech and, of course, Vanessa Bryant's speech. That was the first time they spoke right after Kobe Bryant died. Today the Chicago Bulls, they pay tribute to Kobe Bryant by becoming 24-8 at home. Of course, those are the numbers that Kobe Bryant used to wear as a player. But they paid tribute to Kobe right after what they did. You guys, I don't know if you guys I'm not sure if you guys saw the video that I did on the Chicago Bulls paying tribute to Michael Jordan, but a day before Michael Jordan's 59th birthday, the Bulls became 23-8 because in gematria, Michael Jordan equals 238. And 238 is also Kobe Bryant's birthday. And on his memorial, on the anniversary of his memorial, the Bulls become 24-8 to remind us of the numbers he used to wear as a player, 24-8. And 24-8 is also like August 24th, which is Kobe Bryant Day. And they did it on the 24-month anniversary since the anniversary. Today is 24 months after the memorial. And on the 24th day of the month. And remember, in gematria, Kobe Bryant equals 224. That's why his memorial was on 2/24. Remember, his daughter wore the number 2. He wore the number 24. So what a perfect ritual for Kobe Bryant. And you want to know what else? Today was also 201 days after DeMar DeRozan's birthday, the star player of the Chicago Bulls. Notice he was born August 7th. From August 7th to the game on the 24th, 201 days. Special number to the Jesuit order. And this is how you can make money off the rigging, because all these games are rigged, and if you know the code, you can take advantage of it. I think this is the 6th game in a row that the Chicago Bulls have won, and I think they won almost all the home games. I think that this is like the 5th home game in a row that they won. So think about it. When the Bulls was 19-8, you could have hit all 5 of those games in a row. Actually, when it was 18-8. And now that I think about it, Michael Jeffrey Jordan is 188. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they won. Let me just check the schedule real quick. I mean, this is just, and they do this every single year, you guys. I talked about this in the last Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls video that I did. But let's just see. So they won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the 5th straight home game that they won, right? So they were 19-8. They won 5 in a row. Now let's see. We have to go back a little bit to see if they was 18-8. Yeah. Oh no, they wasn't. It was actually 18-7. And then they lost to the Suns. It became 18 it was 19-7. Excuse me. So yeah, so they was 19-7, and it became 19-8 against the Suns. And since that day, February 7th, which was the day that Kobe Bryant was buried, until now, until the 24th, they haven't lost a game. The last time they lost was on February 7th. So they won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They won 6 games in a row. And they did that just because they wanted to become 24-8 at home. Well, yeah, they want to become 24-8 at home, but they also wanted to pay tribute to Michael Jordan a day before his 59th birthday, because in gematria, Michael Jordan, not only does he equal 238, but his name is also 59. And he turned 59 years old a day after the Bulls became 23-8 at home. See that? I mean, this is just in your face type stuff. Last year the Bulls and the Wizards, they both became 5-9 at home. on Michael Jordan's birthday. I can actually find this. I have this blog here. I think I have it from last year. Let's see if I can pull it up for you guys. All day the Gematria the website was down. I was so stressed, but it's working now because I couldn't come on a live stream and show you guys this ritual. So let's see if I can find it. They did this last year on his birthday, you guys. Can you believe it? So look, so this was last year. I documented this on February 17th, 2021. Happy 58th birthday, Michael Jordan. At that day, Billy Donovan, the head coach of the Chicago Bulls, he had 172 losses for his career. Michael Jordan's birthday is on 17/2 on February 17th. And the Chicago Bulls, well, actually the Wizards, they was 4-9 at home. They was playing against the Nuggets. Notice the Nuggets was the underdogs. So we made a lot of money last year around this time. The Nuggets were the underdogs, but the Wizards won the game because they became 5-9 at home. Same thing with the Bulls. The Bulls, they was actually the favorite, but a very low favorite, 3-point spread. And they still, I'm pretty sure they covered it. Let me see. Actually, they won exactly by 3. But the point is, the Bulls became 5-9 at home as well, the same day that the Wizards did it, and that was on Michael Jordan's birthday. And again, the name Michael Jordan is 59, right? And then, of course, the head coach stayed on 172 losses, which is Michael Jordan's birthday. Fast forward a year later, the Bulls become 23-8. A day before Michael Jordan's 59th birthday, and then like I just showed you, Michael Jordan's 59 and 238. Just like how the North Carolina Tar Heels became 18-8, and the name Michael Jeffrey Jordan equals 188, just like greatest of all time. But if you guys notice, the Bulls lost with 112 points. Chicago Bulls equals 112. And they did it 201 days after DeMar DeRozan's birthday, and the guy scored 37 points for the game. So he had a spectacular game 201 days after his birthday. This is how they're rigging the games. Okay? So there should be no debate whether sports is rigged or not. I mean, ask yourself, it's a coincidence that the Bulls become 23-8 a day before Michael Jordan's birthday when his name equals 238 and 59? Is it a coincidence that on the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's memorial, the Bulls become 24-8 at home? And those are the numbers that he wore as a player. And I'm telling you guys, I think there's a deeper connection with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. I think they are probably family members. I mean, I can't prove it, but they have too many things in common. I mean, they're both 6'6" in height. They play. I mean, their games is almost identical. They look the same. I know. A lot of people say that that's not his father, but I mean, I'm not saying that is his father. I'm just saying that there's a deeper connection to him that they don't tell us about. Also, the Minnesota game today, this was a real mockery. The Timberwolves upsetted the Grizzlies in a big 93 ritual. The Memphis Grizzlies head coach, I think his name is Taylor Jenkins. Let's see if I wrote it down somewhere. Yeah, his name is Taylor Jenkins. He picked up his 93rd loss of his career today, and he did it against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And notice Minneapolis, Minnesota equals 93 as well. It also equals 114, like how the Grizzlies lost with 114 points. And you know what else? The game was even tied 93-93. I took this screenshot off my phone because I was watching the game. I actually had a bet on this game. And I said, you know what? If they tie the game 93-93, I'm going to leave my bet in and not cash out my ticket. Because, FanDuel, they give you an option that if you want to cash out early, you can do that. But I said, you know what? I think this 93 ritual is going to play. Especially after I saw that the game was tied 93-93. Because that's what this whole ritual was about. Big 93 ritual. Head coach picks up his 93rd loss against the team with the 93 gematria in the location that equals 93 as well. And you guys, look, a lot of you saying that I'm not good at this, that gematria doesn't make you money, that This stuff is it's organic. What I know, a lot of you say a lot of crazy stuff, but let me just show you my FanDuel account. I'm gonna show you guys what I've done the last 3 days. I'm not even including the Super Bowl. We nailed the Super Bowl, but look at this. So today we just hit the parlay with the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Chicago Bulls. I put $100 down and I won $347. Right now, yesterday the Dallas Stars. This game was really double coded because the Dallas Stars, they equal 59. They was playing against the Winnipeg Jets, which equals actually not 59. Dallas Stars equals 54. Excuse me. Like Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg has that 54 gematria as well. Jets is 54. And yesterday was the 54th day of the year. And their opponent, the Winnipeg Jets, they had a chance to pick up their 54th point of the season. So that had me nervous. The entire game I was nervous about that. But there was another riddle that I saw with the Dallas Stars that I don't remember right now. And that's why I went with them. So in this, what I did was, once the Tampa Bay Lightning won, I cashed out my ticket. You guys notice that I only made $4 because I cashed out early. But both bets came through. And that's just me being nervous because I thought the 54 ritual was going to come through. Because I'm like, damn, the Jets could pick up that 54 point. But they didn't. It was something else. I knew that was a deception. Because they like to throw us off with a lot of like these riddles that look really good on the surface. But I just knew to stay away from it. So I did. And unfortunately, I cashed out early. But, if I didn't, I would have cashed out this ticket. So, look, today I hit a 2-team parlay. Yesterday I hit a 2-team parlay. And the day before that, I hit a 2-team parlay. I put $140 on Miami to beat Pittsburgh and UConn to beat Villanova. That $140 turned into $376. So, and this is just my last 3 days. Now, this ticket right here, this was the All-Star game. I put a $20 bet in because I knew that these were like long shots. We try to predict who's going to win the 3-point contest, who's going to win the All-Star game. We got 2 of them wrong. We got the Chicago Bulls winning the Eastern Conference. This bet hasn't cashed in yet. So again, these was long shots. That's why I only put $20. And that's why I was trying to tell you guys on Patreon. If it's a long shot, like a plus 550, a plus 176, don't bet a lot of money because these bets are very risky. Bet a lot of money on situations like this where the riddle is really strong and it's not double coded. This is why my 140 turned into 370. Now this game was double coded, and that's why I got a little nervous towards the end because actually in this game Winnipeg took the lead, and then Dallas came back and tied it. But I was like, man, and that game also went to overtime. So I'm like, man, I don't want to risk this $100 because this game was double coded. So I just cashed out, and I should have never did that, but whatever. The point is to not lose, and I'd rather be safe than sorry. And this is why knowing the code is important, but also having discipline is important. All right, so look, 2, that's 4. So that's 6-0 in my last 3 days. And today I made what? $247? You don't want to count the $4 from yesterday, fine. And then the day before that I made, you say 130? No, 230. So I made $230 the day before yesterday, and I made another $240 today. That's $480, and who knows how much I would have made yesterday because I cashed out my ticket early. I probably would have made another $150. So that's almost $600 that I made in the last 3 days. And you know how much I charge on Patreon? I charge $10 a month, and I made over $600 in the last 3 days. And people think that $10 is a lot. A month for the whole month. It's only $10. Not $10 a day. $10 the whole month. A lot of people say that I'm doing this for money. You guys, if I want to, I could just bet on my own picks and make my money. The reason I started a Patreon, when I started doing this work, I didn't have any Patreon. People that have been seeing me from the beginning know this. The reason I started a Patreon is because, one, I noticed that when I was giving out free picks, people was making a lot of money. When I picked the Raptors to win the championship, I didn't have a Patreon. I just put out my video on YouTube. I said, look, though, I think the Raptors are going to win the championship because of this Drake stuff that I see. I did not have a Patreon when the Raptors won the championship. Maybe you guys don't remember that. I started my Patreon around that time, though. Once I got successful, I was like, oh, shit, I just nailed the championship. Let me start my Patreon. But I was giving out my picks on YouTube for free every single day, for free. And then I started seeing that people like messaging me saying, oh, I made 7,000. I made 8,000. Thanks, Simple Truth. I made 4,000. I'm like, damn, you made $4,000. Meanwhile, I don't have a microphone. Because at that time, if you guys been following me from the beginning, I had a bad microphone. Like, you will hear static in my videos. It was just bad. I didn't have a desk. I didn't have this nice light. So I'm like, man, I'm making people all this money. And yeah, I haven't been able to, like, better myself and better my situation. So I could, I can't even take this work to the next level if I don't have any revenue coming in. So why is it that I'm doing this for free when nobody's even, like, all those people that made all those thousands of dollars, none of them sent me anything. None of them said, you know what, let me send a Simple Truth $100 because I made 7,000 off of his hard work. So what I did was I started a Patreon. I said, you guys want sports information? Sign up a Patreon. That's the only reason I have one. Otherwise, I would have never had one. You think, you guys, if I was doing this for money, I would not talk about ritual murders. Ritual murders gets my channel deleted. It got my channel deleted back in 2020, right after I exposed the George Floyd ritual. So if I'm running a business here, why would I talk about something that's gonna get my channel deleted and I'm gonna lose all my followers? You know why I talk about ritual murders? Because that's way more important than this. But money is also important. But ritual murders and all these things that's going on in the world, that's also important. That's why I'm not gonna ever stop talking about that stuff. Is it good to have $347 in your pocket? Absolutely, because you can eat with this money. You can solve a lot of problems with this money. You can avoid going to jail with this money. You can pay off a ticket with this money. You can do a lot of things to help you. Money helps people. Okay, so if these casinos are rigging the games, and we know the code that they're using to rig the games, why not expose them and scam them? Because they've been scamming. How many people they scam every single day? These people have no sympathy for nobody. They will scam you and not even look at you. They will take all your money and be happy about it. So why we can't take their money and be happy about it? I don't get it. So, and my goal this whole time has been to create a studio where I can have a bunch of people that know how to decode sports the proper way. Because a lot of you do know, but a lot of you don't. And the people that don't like to be taught how to do it. But there are a lot of people in this community that I respect, especially on my Patreon. There's like 4 or 5 people on there that are really, really good at decoding sports. My man Topsy is one of them. Sorry if I put you out there, but you're a great decoder. This person has never been on my Patreon, but his name is Keenan Staggs. You guys probably seen him in the comments sometimes. People like that, you know what I'm saying? So, my dream has always been to like create a studio and have people call in and have people just decoding sports all day, because that's the only way they're gonna feel an impact. Because what else are we gonna do to really bring all this stuff down? Are we gonna go to war like Russia is? Like I don't know how can we stop what's going on? We have to do it one step at a time. We have to grow our numbers, grow revenue. This is a good way to do it, And I guess that's what we have to do. We have to grow our numbers, and everybody has to be on the same page, and everybody has to be dedicated on the same goal. Otherwise, we're not gonna do it. I say this shit all the time. Like, I am not in competition with nobody in this community. Just because I disagree with somebody on a sports pick, that does not mean that I'm in competition with you. That goes for Mr. Hubbard. That goes for anybody else who's decoding sports or doing anything in this community. Just because I don't agree with you, that does not mean I am in competition with you. That simply means I don't agree with you. That's it. I have my own brain, and I learned how to do this. And a lot of the things that I know have been through trial and error. I've seen what works and what doesn't. A lot of you are still making the same mistakes that I made last year. And when I try to tell you something about that, you got to get upset and think that I'm competing. It's not that. It's just that I see that this riddle doesn't come through. Like right now, Cincinnati Bengals and seeing that it equals 156 and saying that the Rams are going to fall to 15-6, you see, those are trap riddles. When you see something like that, you should just automatically bet on the other team. I guarantee you that's not going to come through. So yeah, I made $600 in the last 3 days. Now, what are the haters going to say now? Damn. He made $600. Gotta wait till tomorrow. Maybe he'll get something wrong tomorrow. We'll catch him. You guys, man, you gotta stop hating. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you guys. This is why I haven't stopped doing this. And, money is not my motivation. Like I say this all the time because I can make money on my own. I took $100 and turned it into $600. I'm just saying I don't want to save the world by myself. I'm not gonna do that. So we got and look, I'll give you guys free stuff all the time. Like we got the Chicago Bulls winning the Eastern Conference, and they look very dominant. The final starts on 6-2, right? Jordan is 62. We just seen a big 62 ritual with the Super Bowl in connection to the Queen, right? Queen is 62 as well. So they might do another Queen ritual in the NBA Finals. Who knows? But Jordan is 62 and he's 59 right now. Like his name equals 59. So how perfect for the Bulls to go to the finals 23 years after he did it with Phil Jackson. And remember, Phil Jackson has the same gematria as Billy Donovan in 2 out of the 4 ciphers. They both have that 62 in it, like how the final starts on 6 too. So how perfect for Billy Donovan to take the Bulls to the finals, just like how Phil Jackson did it. Who knows? Let's see what happens. But yeah. So, and D'Angelo Russell also had 37 points. Let me see, because I didn't decode how many days from his birthday. He was born on 2/2/3, so yesterday was his birthday. So a day after his birthday, he has his unbelievable game, scores 37. Of course his name is 56 and 79. You see how it's really the Jesuits behind the naming of these players, behind the rigging of the games. It is the Jesuits. It's undeniable. His name is 56 and 79, like Society of Jesus. And again, today was 201 days after DeMar DeRozan's birthday, and that's the guy that scored 37, just like D'Angelo Russell did. Of course, 93 was the big number in that game. But the other thing that I was talking about was maybe they'll have Steve Kerr play his old team in the NBA Finals. That's a possibility. Actually, I like that riddle a lot. I'm a little afraid to bet against LeBron James because this league is scripted around him. The NBA Finals is on his 154th day of his age. King James is 154. He signed for a $154 million contract with the Lakers. 154 is a big number with King James. So I'm a little afraid for the Lakers, but If it is the Warriors, just know that this is probably a tribute to the Last Dance documentary. They have Steve Kerr in the cover of that documentary. Steve Kerr used to play for the Chicago Bulls. How perfect for him to face his old team in the finals. And how perfect for the Bulls to win the championship in 2022. Well, they'll probably win next year as well, 2023. Well, who knows? Let's see what happens. I don't want to jump ahead. You imagine the Bulls win the championship 23 years after the Bulls did it in 98 with Jordan? People still won't catch on. But I'll leave it there. Thanks, everybody. If you guys want sports information, I'll always leave a link in the comment section. I'm 6-0, so you trolls and haters, you're going to have to wait until we go on another losing streak. So you can't leave a comment today. You're on vacation for right now. So come back whenever we go on a losing streak, and then you guys can talk your shit. But right now, stay away because you have nothing to talk about now. So let me just check in with the chat. How you guys doing? How you doing, Isabella Banks? Thank you for the support. Always supporting. Yeah, it looks like everybody's sleeping today, huh? Only 24 people. You know what it is, too? Probably people not even getting notified. But somebody asked, do I have an exclusive Patreon? No, my Patreon is not exclusive. It's just a Patreon. Nothing exclusive about it. So Little James, Real Topics in Gaming says, I want to be taught, but every time I say something, I get ignored. Well, you're not getting ignored now. Sometimes I don't see the comments because there'll be like 80 people in the 80 people watching the live streams, and the comments are going by too fast. So Jacon says mathematics is 112. Yeah, absolutely. You know, the NBA All-Star Game was a big mathematics tribute to the circle. Appreciate that, the Poke Gang YouTube. Appreciate that. Hopefully tomorrow I can make you guys hit another parlay. You know, I hate when I go 6-0 and then I lose right after. You know, so I'll be very careful with my picks tomorrow, and hopefully I can get you guys a nice underdog. And yeah, so thank you everybody, and I'll come back if I have to talk about anything else. I don't want to make this video too long. So good night and enjoy the rest of your Friday.